So welcome to today's video. If I want to become rich, what do I do? Do I make money or do I save money? Now, in this video, we are going to explore what is making money, what is saving money, and how do I become rich. I'm saying don't make money, don't save money, something else. I'm saying make money and save money are not the complete way to to become rich. So let's explore. But before we go into making money, let's have a concept called money. Okay, let's understand. I'm going to say that money is in your mind. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's take a 500 rupee note. Have you ever bothered to read on that? It says, I promise to pay the bearer a sum of rupees 500. Now, it's a promissory note. Now, where are promises? In our mind, isn't it? So I hope you're getting, if I take this note, physically I take this 500 rupees note to anywhere outside India, does it stand any value? The note by itself will not have value unless and until I convert it into that particular currency. Of course, things are changing now, but that's a different podcast. To keep the concept of money, let's understand that money is in the mind. I hope you're getting this concept. Okay. So don't work for your money. Help other people make their money and your money is made. I have been working on this in my life all throughout, especially when I was into my sales and marketing. I helped people in problem solving. I did not go for sales. I went to problem solve them. Whatever problems, whether they're product problems or any other problem that I could help them, I helped them, thereby helping them make better business, better money. When I was in my manufacturing, obviously, if I can give a product at a lesser price, I'm helping my clients make more money. And obviously, in my training and development line, that was my fundamental. I help companies make better money. So if you really look at, you don't have to work for your money. Your money is already made if you help other people make their money. I hope you're getting this point very clearly. According to me, business intelligence, or I would put it financial intelligence, is very, very important. If you want to become rich, it is so critical for you to understand what is an asset and what is a liability. Now let us take a simple example over here. Many people are living in a myth that my house is my asset. I'm going to give you a simple formula, a simple definition of an asset. Asset puts money into my pocket and liability takes out money from my pocket. With the simple definition, I want you to explore whether a house is always an asset. Many times if it is going to take out money from your pocket, it is no longer an asset. So understand clearly the difference between an asset and a liability. You have to understand power of compounding. What I mean by power of compounding, everybody understands that there is something called compound interest. Now, in one of my a group of friends who I used to call it a Sunday group, we had coined this phrase that people who don't understand compound interest learn to pay compound interest. And hence, you have to understand that power behind compounding. After some time, that money will start growing exponentially if you start investing money properly. So understand the power of compounding. I know a person whose investment in 80 years before, 10 shares, in 80 years time, they could buy a property in Bombay. I hope you're getting the power of compounding. Okay. Let's explore that. The other aspect that you need to understand is cash is king. Assets that need to generate cash flow, and that's what is critically important. All assets may not be generating. You might buy a house, but it might take out cash from your pocket. So understanding cash flow is important. Cash is king. So everything that you should have consistent cash flow in your life. Being in business for many years, I did not understand the connections. It took me a long time to understand the profit and loss and balance sheet, but it is important for every single one of us to understand the profit and loss and balance sheet. In fact, I urge you to make your own personal balance sheets. Even if you're not in business, it's not necessary that you have to be in business to create a balance sheet. Make your personal balance sheet. I did it when I was some years back, and what it did to me is it created proper slots, what my resources are and how I could manage my resources, and I could shift these resources whenever I required funds or whatever. I hope you're getting the point what the importance of PLA and balance sheet. PLA is profit and loss and BS is balance sheet. There is a connection in becoming rich. All rich people understand this concept. They understand how to read the balance sheet, how to read the PLA. In fact, if you want to become super rich, then this is the foundation. Accounting as a part and parcel of becoming rich. You have to understand accounts. Also, return on investment. So return on investment is an important concept. Where are you going to place your money? In which assets that would give you a proper return on investment? You have to keep strategic investments. Okay. So these things are very, very important if you want to become rich. It doesn't come naturally. You have to keep on generating them by educating yourself with all these things. So let us look at different ways of becoming rich. I'm saying neither make money nor save money. It is invest money. See, because when I'm making money, I'm working for money. And you must have understood by now that rich people don't work for money. Money works for them. So when I'm into this aspect of making money, how much ever money I make, I'm still struggling. I wouldn't be into a place where I would call myself rich when money starts working for me, because I'm struggling to make more and more money. Saving money, well, it's a good strategy, but not enough just by saving. If you look at the return on investment today, it's dwindling down on savings. So savings, while it is a good strategy to keep, but I would say that you must learn to invest your money in proper ways. So making strategic investments is what I'm talking about. Strategic investments is proper SIPs. SIP is a strategic investment. Or buy a property in a place where it will start, your money starts growing. And with the power of compounding, that money then starts over a period of time working for you. So you have to learn to make investments which are strategic in nature. Just by generating assets doesn't mean you are rich. A company which might be asset rich, but if it doesn't have cash flow, it's not a very great company. Similarly, you just having assets are not enough. If the assets, as I said, that if they are going to take out money from my pocket, there's no point having a rich asset base. So let your investments be strategic. Now, Pareto's principle plays an important role in you becoming rich. The 80-20 rule. When I read these two books, which I'm going to suggest, it gave me clearly this Pareto's principle is my favorite, and I find that it works in every single place. And it's simply the formula for becoming rich is a simple Pareto's principle where if I earn 100 rupees, if I earn 100 rupees, 10 rupees I learn to pay myself first, 10 rupees I bring in charity, I give away in charity, and I learn to live my life in 80 rupees. That's the simplest formula to become rich. Now, you might have understood this formula. Everybody understands this. But the question is that, do you apply that in your life? I have applied these principles in my life and I find myself a super rich person. Now, when I say rich, it does not necessarily mean I have tons and tons and tons of money. I am saying that richness is a relationship with money. This Pareto principles later on became TWCGO for me when I met Siddharth Rajsekar, and he taught me this. What does TWCGO means? Tax, wealth, charity, general and operational. That means in this 100 rupees, I pay whatever taxation. Now taxation depends on different people, so your percentage of taxation might be different from mine. I kept 30% for my tax, 10% wealth, 10% charity, and the rest of this 50% in this general and operational category. So whenever I get this 100 rupees, I have these 5 TWCGO accounts and my money is parked into these 5 accounts. I don't use that money. Now tax money, I will pay only tax. Wealth is where that 10% I'm telling you that goes in my investment. That's for creation of my wealth. 10% I do charity. It was very difficult initially. If you think that 10, 10, 80 is a simple formula which anyone can become rich, try doing that. Okay? Simply because I remember my father telling me that our expenses grow exponentially, our income doesn't. And that's when it's a mindset to start living your life in 80%. 10% I pay myself first, where that's the foundation. I don't touch that 10% ever in my life. And that money, when it starts compounding, that's when I become rich. I hope you're getting the point. So have these 5 accounts after this video, TWCGO, and park your money and see that you become rich over a period of time. Power of charity. Power of charity, I have spoken in my earlier video about 3 universal laws. What you sow is what you reap multiplied. Now, I'm saying that what you give out is what you get back multiplied. Money, as I said, is in the mind, so it is an energy exchange. In energy, the more I give, the more I get back. Now, these are universal principles. This is not something which I have created. When you see in nature, you pick up, you plant a tree, you grow a tree, and you sow one seed, and it will give you 10,000 seeds or a lakh of seeds. I don't know how many a tree can keep on giving, and that's the principle that I am talking about. When I give that 10% in charity, I get back multiplied. So learn to keep that 10% aside and do that charity. Do that charity. It's a universal law. And understand that there is a spiritual connection. I'm going to tell you a story which I read in the book Creating Affluence by Deepak Chopra. That is an interesting story where this particular man wanted to make a lot of money. He does make a lot of money, but he's not really happy with the amount of money that he makes. So he's constantly striving and he talks to his friends. So one of his friends gives him an advice. You have the spiritual guru where people throw money at his feet. He has understood the secret of making. Why don't you go and ask him what is the secret of making money? So he goes to his spiritual guru. Now, guru is a guru. He wants to test why does he, as it is, this person has made a lot of money. Why does he want to make more money? So he says, this particular man who wants to make more money, he tells his guru, no, I want to heal the whole world. That's why I want to make more money. So guru tests yourself and he's convinced about what the answer this person says. So he says, I'm going to tell you a story. In every human being, there are 2 goddesses. One is Lakshmi, goddess of wealth. The other is Saraswati, goddess of wisdom. He says, invariably, what we do is we pamper Lakshmi and ignore Saraswati. We run behind wealth and ignore wisdom. The secret of making money is to ignore Lakshmi and pamper Saraswati. My important point is that by nature, Lakshmi will be jealous and she will follow you wherever you go. Now guys, what is Lakshmi and what is Saraswati? So you have to learn to distinguish what is Lakshmi and what is Saraswati. If you really want to know the depths of this, I'm inviting you to buy my book, Balance Sheet of Life, where I have written all these things in much more details and how I have used the Pareto's principle, the TWCGO, the power of charity. The book is called Balance Sheet of Life. It is available on Amazon as a Kindle version. If you want a paperback version, get in touch with me on my email, rajumuthi@gmail.com, and we'll take it further. But you have to apply this principle, Pareto's principle or TWCGO, to become rich. So, books that I suggest to read is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason, and Psychology of Money. Now, I don't recollect the name of the author of Psychology of Money, but it is a very, very powerful book on money. My suggestion, don't just read them, apply them in your lives. Remember, it is in application that you will become rich and not just reading the concepts and principles, by listening to this video, not enough. Go back and apply whatever I'm talking about and see how you start becoming rich. Now, obviously, you're not going to become rich in the next moment. It will take its own course of time. But this is the way to become rich. So the rich mantra, according to me, is invest in assets that create cash flow. And that's when money starts working for you. That's the secret. Don't work for money, let money work for you. Thank you for watching.